Hello, and welcome to another English listening practice for beginners. Let's start. Scarlett was a young woman with a big dream. Ever since she was a child, she loved spending time in the kitchen. While other kids were outside playing games, Scarlett was watching cooking shows, reading cookbooks, or helping her grandmother bake pies. Cooking made her feel happy and alive. She loved how food could bring people together and make them smile. After finishing school, Scarlett decided to follow her dream. She didn't have enough money to open her own restaurant, so she took a job as a personal chef. The job was for a very rich woman named Mrs. Maria Smith. At first, Scarlett was excited. The house was huge, the kitchen was beautiful, and she was going to cook meals every day. But her excitement didn't last long. Mrs. Smith was not like most people. She was mean, cold, and never happy. She shouted at her staff, made fun of their work, and always found something to complain about. She acted like she was better than everyone. Scarlett tried her best. She cooked healthy meals, beautiful desserts, and even made dishes from different countries. But nothing was ever good enough for Mrs. Smith. This soup is too salty. This chicken is too dry. This dessert is too sweet. No matter what Scarlett did, Mrs. Smith always found something wrong. Over time, Scarlett started to feel tired and sad. Her love for cooking slowly began to disappear. She didn't enjoy making food anymore, not when it was followed by shouting and angry faces. But Scarlett couldn't quit. She needed the money to pay her rent, buy groceries, and take care of her little cat, Luna. She told herself, just a little longer. Just one more month. One day, Mrs. Smith called all the staff together. "I'm having a big family event at my house," she said. "Everything must be perfect, the decorations, the food, the music, or you're all fired." The staff nodded. They were used to her threats. Mrs. Smith gave a long list of things to do. Scarlett was in charge of planning the full menu, drinks, appetizers, the main meal, and dessert. She worked hard for 2 days straight, preparing everything by hand. The team decorated the garden with flowers and lights. They cleaned every corner of the house. Scarlett stayed up late the night before the party, making sure everything was ready. She made mini sandwiches, pasta salad, roast chicken, mashed potatoes, and a beautiful chocolate cake. The day of the party came. Scarlett wore her best white chef coat and made sure everything was warm and ready. At first, things went well. The guests smiled, the food smelled great, and the music played softly in the background. But soon, small problems started to happen. One of the flower arrangements fell from the table. The music system stopped working for 10 minutes. A waiter accidentally spilled wine on a guest's shoes. Mrs. Smith began to frown. Her eyes were sharp like knives. Then came the worst moment. Scarlett was carrying the large tray with the main dish, a beautifully cooked roast chicken with rosemary and lemon. As she walked toward the dining table, her foot got caught on the edge of a thick carpet. Everything happened so fast. She lost her balance. The tray flew from her hands. The roast chicken landed right on Mrs. Smith's white dress. Everyone gasped. Mrs. Smith stood up, her dress covered in food and sauce. Her face turned red. "You're fired," she screamed. "Get out of my house, now." Scarlett stood frozen. She tried to say sorry, but her voice wouldn't come out. Tears filled her eyes. She ran out of the house and walked home in the rain. That night, Scarlett cried in her small apartment. She felt like a failure. She had worked so hard, and it all ended in one moment. The next morning, she sat on her bed with Luna curled up beside her. She whispered, "I can't stay sad forever." I need to find a new job. Scarlett opened her laptop and started searching. She walked to restaurants, handed out her CV, asked friends, and checked online job sites. But no one was hiring a chef. Days turned into weeks, and her savings started to run out. She began eating simple meals and worrying about rent. Then one afternoon, her phone rang. It was her old friend, Rose. "Scarlett, I've been thinking about you. Are you okay?" Scarlett told her everything, how she lost her job, how she cried, how she was scared. Rose listened quietly and then said, "Actually, I know someone who's looking for a chef. My boss, her name is Mrs. Lily Brown, just told me she wants someone to cook for her at home." Scarlett's heart beat fast. "Is she like Mrs. Smith?" Rose laughed. "No, not at all. Mrs. Brown is kind, friendly, and treats everyone with respect. You'll like her, I promise." Scarlett thought for a moment. She was still scared. But she needed to try. The next Monday, Scarlett went to meet Mrs. Brown. She wore a clean outfit and brought her recipe notebook. Mrs. Brown opened the door herself. She was smiling and wore a colorful dress. "You must be Scarlett. Please, come in," she said warmly. Her home was beautiful, but not too fancy. It felt cozy and welcoming. Mrs. Brown gave Scarlett a small tour and then they sat in the kitchen. "Rose told me you're a wonderful cook," she said. "Can you make me something simple for lunch?" Scarlett nodded and made a tomato and basil pasta with garlic bread. Mrs. Brown tasted it and smiled. "This is delicious," she said. "You're hired." Scarlett felt tears in her eyes again, but this time, they were happy tears. Working for Mrs. Brown was nothing like working for Mrs. Smith. Mrs. Brown said please and thank you. She asked about Scarlett's day and listened when she talked. The other staff members were friendly, and they often helped each other during busy days. Scarlett started to feel happy again. She sang while cooking. She tried new recipes. She even taught a young helper named Jamie how to bake cookies. Mrs. Brown loved Scarlett's food and always encouraged her. "You have a real gift," she told her one day. "You should think about opening your own restaurant." For the first time in a long while, Scarlett believed that dream could come true. Months passed. Scarlett saved money and began writing down all her best recipes. She even found a small place in town that she might rent one day. She smiled more, laughed often, and fell in love with cooking again. Scarlett had learned something important: even when life feels hard, and even when people treat you badly, you can still find your way again. Sometimes, all you need is a second chance, and someone who believes in you. As she stood in Mrs. Brown's kitchen, mixing cake batter and humming a happy tune, she looked out the window and whispered, "I'm back. And this time, I won't stop." Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like for more stories.